What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be looking at all the Pokemon cards which I'm going to be sending off to PSA and Beckett to get graded and hopefully flip for a profit. These are all the cards which we're going to be sending off to PSA and Beckett to get graded. But I just kind of want to say, first off, by no means am I a professional grader. I am just kind of looking at these cards and giving my estimate at which grade they're going to get. I do have all the prices in front of me of what I think they'll sell for and what they are selling for on the market, and hopefully how much profit I'm going to be making by buying and selling these cards once they're graded. Some of them are vintage Japanese, vintage English. Some of them are modern English, some of them are modern Japanese. Not all of these are for me just to sell. A lot of these are actually for my own personal collection too. But there are quite a few that I am going to be selling, hopefully turning a decent profit. So without further ado, let's get into it. And we're going to start off with a pretty big hitter, probably one of my favorite cards I've ever purchased. And it was purchased from my very good friend and fellow YouTuber, Arbox Dan, from the Neo series. This is a vintage Japanese card, Pocket Monsters, the OG. This card is in really good condition. If you don't know, vintage Japanese cards are so difficult to find in very good condition. So I bought this off of Arbox. I cannot remember for how much. I'll put it in the lower hand of the corner. I'll have to check my eBay. But this is such a nice card. Beautiful swirl. And these for PSA 10 fetch for around $405 and PSA 9 for around $120. I'm not really sure if I'm wanting to sell these because I bought them off of a friend. So I think these are going to be kept in my collection. So I'm not really too worried about the grade here, but I think it'll probably fetch an 8. There's a few white marks around the edge. I've already checked the card and it's in pretty good condition. So next is, you can't have a Sylveon without its brother Umbreon. So here we go, another gorgeous evolution from the same set, Neo set. It only has one ding, and it's that like little bit of whitening up on the top. Gorgeous card, gorgeous card. Absolutely love these. Any evolution in vintage form, especially these two in English fetch for a lot, are expensive. And so this Umbreon right here fetches around $400 for PSA 10, and then $150 for PSA 9. So these cards are worth quite a lot. Japanese cards are going up in price, as you can see, and now we're moving away from vintage for a few moments, and we're getting into this gorgeous card here. It is a Charizard and RESHIRAM Tag Team GX card. This is in mint condition. This is such a gorgeous card, and it fetches around $100 in PSA 10. I didn't even bother looking at PSA 9 because I think this is just going to fetch a straight 10. There's nothing wrong with it. This was pack fresh when it was pulled. Gorgeous card. And of course, Charizards all across the globe are going up in price, so hopefully this one will too. But regardless, this one's actually staying in my collection. I'm not selling that one. I got that off of Arbox. Then again, his box breaks he does on Sundays, so I was very fortunate. So let's get into the next one. This one's pretty big, and I'll tell you why. So this is a gold card from Tag All-Stars, GRENINJA and ZOROARK. Gold cards are worth a lot, and this card was never printed in English. Therefore, it has, more value than most other Pokemon cards that are in Japanese, especially the modern ones. So I went onto PSAcards.com, looked at auction prices. I think there's only like 6 of these ever graded. None of them sold. Went onto eBay. Again, couldn't find any auction prices, couldn't find any of these in a PSA 8, PSA 9, PSA 10. So I have no idea what this is worth. I know the gold cards are worth quite a lot. So I'm really unsure what the value of this is in a PSA 9 or a 10. Maybe I'll start a market for it. I'm not sure. But any of these in gold form are very awesome. I love these cards. They are absolutely gorgeous. Next, we're going along the Japanese theme for a bit here. Don't worry, we will get to some English. And if you guys have been opening the new Vivid Voltage or Astonishing Volt Tackle booster boxes, you'll have seen this gorgeous NESSA card, and NESSA is one of the favorite gym leaders from Sword and Shield. And this is a full art trainer, and of course, because it's new, there's no data on how much this card is actually worth. So hopefully by the time I get these cards back, perhaps there will be more data, because PSA's wait line is around 6 months right now, 6 to 8 months. So I won't be seeing these cards in 2020, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens with that. And another trainer card here is Misty, and I can't remember this one's name, Lorelei maybe. This fetches at a PSA 10 price of $110. Of course, Misty is one of the original gym leaders, so they'll always be very, very expensive. So these two are from the same set. From Tag All-Star. So this should fetch a PSA 10 pack fresh. I pulled it myself. I don't see why it would not fetch a PSA 10. Now we're going into some more. It's very difficult. I think this is vintage. I consider it vintage. 2008 Japanese Pokemon card. This is, I can't remember which set it's from, but it's a ZAPDOS first edition from 2009. This is from the Platinum era, so I think I consider like Diamond, Platinum, still vintage stuff. It's 11 years ago, so very, very cool card. I got this in a holo lot, and most of the holos in that lot were really banged up, lots of scratching and stuff, but this one miraculously kind of escaped any of the whitening. I mean, if you look at the back there's no whitening. It's looks pretty good. It might be off center slightly, but I thought this one would be worth the grade. This one's only worth around $70 in a PSA 10. But you know, I think I bought that card for around $1 or something. So I'm making a healthy profit of around $50 there. This card actually was in the same lot as this card here. This card has never been graded by anyone. This has a population of 0, a fat 0, first edition SUDOWOODO. This is like a pretty popular Pokemon, I think anyway. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. And since it has a population of 0, I think anything with a population of 0, which is a holo and vintage, kind of has a bit of value there because it's the only one in the world ever graded. And if it gets a PSA 10 or a PSA 9, that'll just jump the value straight away. So really excited about that one, since no one's graded it, and I actually really love the artwork. It's really cool. So this next card is a pretty big card, and I pulled it from a box break. Thank you again, Arbox Den. And it is a clear Charizard Topps card. I think it's the rarest card in the Topps collection, or in this particular Topps collection. This is a vintage card from 1998. This is incredibly difficult to pull, and I'm really fortunate. And this obviously because it was pack fresh. Basically I didn't touch it at all. I think actually Arbok put it in this Ultra Pro sleeve, so I haven't touched it, haven't taken it out at all. And this card is expensive. The last card that was sold for $331 for a PSA 10 and around $210 and a PSA 9. So these are going up in value just like every other Charizard vintage. You know, most people can't afford the base set Charizards. Therefore, they're probably going to look at alternatives such as this Charizard, and it's a very, very cool one. So I'm fingers crossed I'm going to get a PSA 10 clear Charizard. That'd be really, really cool. And sticking with the Charizard theme, if you've been watching my recent videos, you'll know all about this card. It is my gorgeous Charizard VMAX from Champion's Path. It wasn't me who actually pulled this, it was my girlfriend. So hopefully I'm considered the owner of this. It looks pretty on center to me. There's no whitening on the edges. I kind of panicked when she pulled it. I got sleeves straight away and chucked it in a card saver and didn't really look over it after that. But so gorgeous. Absolutely love this. The last PSA 10 sold for over $1,500, and a PSA 9, they have had no PSA 9. So I'm actually going to be sending this not to PSA, but to Beckett by itself. I'm going to choose the express service, so hopefully in a month's time I'll have this back, and I'm aiming for that black label Charizard. You know, I don't know what the value of a black label Charizard of this is because there isn't one in existence yet, so hopefully this one is it, and if not, you know, a 9.5 or a 10 would be really, really cool. So yeah, roughly $1,500 right here. I think I'd probably sell it just because I could go and purchase a raw one for $500 and pocket $1,000 of profit basically, and then get that one graded if I wanted to. So yeah, it's a good card, amazing card, gorgeous card, and especially for modern sets. You know, I'm just gonna start stacking these because we've got lots more cards to go. especially for a modern set, this card is really expensive. So the next, gosh, how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards are all the same. And if you watched my other video, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I said what I was investing in. And one of the things I was investing in was all of these Charizard Champions Path promos, and I've actually kept that one in the seal for some reason. I think I just forgot. The rest of them are all in penny sleeves and in card savers. So right now the prices are really skewed with these. They're really kind of weird because, you know, PSA wait times are so long. So getting these out is really difficult. So there was actually a stupid shill bid that said this was worth $1,750, which is worth more than this on eBay. And obviously that is not the true price of this. Right now, what I've seen on eBay and Facebook is around $250 for a PSA 10 of these, or I think it's like 175 for a PSA 9, so there's not too much difference between them. But yeah, even if these were $100 each, you know, that's $700 right there, and I paid $100 for the lot, so I would make, you know, probably around, I don't know, maybe $500 profit once you add in like the delivery and the grading fees and all that. So that's a really healthy profit right there. That's why I said go buy these, get them graded, and it's just a pretty easy profit. But you have to remember the wait times are incredulous right now. So we're going to vintage English now, or for at least one card. This card I actually got out of a mystery pack on eBay. And on eBay, you rarely get really minty, you know, clean vintage cards, and this one was really nice. There's a bit of, where is it? There's like a little nick here and a little nick here and a little one up here too. So it'd probably be closer to a 6 or a 7. But I don't really care. I just love this this artwork so much. I love E-series cards. These are such awesome cards, so expensive now. I don't think I'm going to be getting very many more in, but this is a really cool expedition holographic card, and I couldn't find anything on a PSA 10. PSA 9 is worth $110, PSA 8 is around $75, and then PSA 7 I think was around $60. The next card is a modern card from Shining Legends. It's a Shining Mew, and I think any Shining Pokemon is worth kind of putting your money into. This is an off-center card. As you can see, the top border is much thinner than the bottom border, so it won't get a PSA 10. It'll probably get a PSA 9 if I'm correct. I think it should get a PSA 9 at least, because everything else is pretty perfect, just the border. Maybe the grader will be nice, but I doubt it. So I'm thinking it's a PSA 9. A PSA 10 does go for $300. PSA 9 goes for around $135. It's a really cool card. Absolutely love it. I would probably keep that in my collection. So the next card we're going to be looking at was something I mentioned in a previous video along with these cards, and it is this card right here, the Hidden Fates ETB promo. These cards have skyrocketed in price. I bought this when it was $20 or $18, and it's now worth over $50. So, you know, with the Hidden Fates ETBs being reprinted, there's going to be more of these being printed, so I think the price should drop slightly. So now is your time, between now and kind of like January or February. Now is the time to be buying these. So for a PSA 10, these sell for around $220, and for a PSA 9, it's about $120. So really healthy profit if I can get a PSA 10 or a 9 on that, and I don't see why they wouldn't. Now we're going into a bit of vintage here, and if you're a Pikachu lover, you'll love the rest of these cards. So this card here is one of my absolute favorites, and I'll tell you why. So it's a Pikachu first edition jungle, but not just that, it also has this really cool W stamp, and if I'm not mistaken, these cards came in a magazine of some sort, I think. And this one is in pretty good condition for being vintage. It has a bit of whitening on the edges on the back. But this one is going up steadily in price. You over the last couple of months. I think it was started at around $95 about at the beginning of the year. A PSA 10 was worth. Now it's over, $325 for a PSA 10 of one of these. And I think just because people don't really know much about them, I think these will start going up in price once people realize this W is there. Because for some reason, the first edition jungles without the W are worth more. Don't ask me why, because there's a lot more of them than there are of the W stamp, the Wizards of the Coast stamps. So I'm thinking this will probably get a 7 just because of the back. Everything else seems pretty good. I mean, the front is really nice. The border at the top might be a bit thick, so I'm hoping like a 7 or an 8. And just like I said, this one here's a first edition Pikachu. And I want to say I got this for $5. So look on eBay, look at your local Facebook marketplace. People have these and don't realize what they are. I'm pretty sure the guy who was selling me this one didn't know what it was, because I bought this from him and then he had this along with more Pikachus, which I'm on my way to show you. And he sold it for me, sold these and 4 other Pikachus for, I think it was like $13. So this one's not too bad. Again, the whitening on the edges. So it's not too bad, but a PSA 10 Pikachu first edition jungle has just gone off the rails. I was checking the prices before I made this. It's going for anywhere between $400 and $900 USD for a PSA 10 of these. Of course, some of these bids are probably shill bids, but I'm trying to look at bids which have like 20 bids or above. But it's really difficult to look at the value of these cards right now just because so many people are inflating the price so they can sell their own. So I'm not really sure what this card is worth. I think modern cards are way easier to kind of look at. So this card's between $400 and $900 PSA 10. I think, don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure. A PSA 9 is around $200 to $400. I'm just looking at the recent prices on both PSAcard.com and eBay.com. So yeah, one with the stamp, one without the stamp, and then of course I have 2 just regular Pikachu non-first editions, but they're red cheeks. So yeah, they're not too bad. I think these are worth around $100 in PSA 10 form right now. Pikachus in general are pretty expensive, pretty pricey. That's why I've kind of invested a little bit of money into them. And then this one came with the same holo lot as these 2 did. So it's a Surfing Pikachu first edition secret rare from 2008 in the platinum era. Pretty good condition. I would say probably an 8 or a 9 just because it has a little bit of whitening on the edges. But yeah, a really rare card. Couldn't find anything on this card in terms of price, even raw price. Sorry, that is on the card saver, not the actual card. So I have no idea what this is worth, but I think, it's definitely worth hanging on to because it's a secret rare from, 2008. Very cool. Now, the last stack, yes, we're almost there. This is a long video for me. The rest of them, I've only put 1 into card savers, but the rest, sorry, this card's not supposed to be here. The rest are all Vivid Voltage or Astonishing Volt Tackle promos. I especially love this one, which is why I probably saved card saved and penny sleeved it first. So I'm getting all of these graded too. No idea what the value of them in a PSA 10 are. I think all of these should get PSA 10. Japanese printing is far superior to that of English. As you can see, the borders on absolutely every single one of them is flawless. And then if you look at the English ones, it is always such a big problem. So yeah, I have no idea what these are worth. I think they're all of these together raw are worth around $100. So I have about $100 in my hand here. Graded, I have no idea. Unfortunately, I do not have the VMAX Pikachu. I missed out on that one. Hopefully I'm going to be getting more promo cards in, so we can probably search for that once more. But yeah, we have a lot of these cards here, and I do have this Shadowless Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. Really not sure if it's worth grading. I'm not sure what Shadowless Yellow Cheeks Pikachu is worth, and this one is really scuffed at the top. So I might hang on to this one for a bit longer, see what the prices do, and even if like a PSA 5 or 4 starts doing well, then I might look into getting this graded. But right now it's not anywhere near a 7, 8, 9 or a 10. And my general rule of thumb is I try only pick cards that are going to get an 8 or above. There's not too much value in anything below. So most of these cards hopefully will get a 9. Couple will get an 8, and fingers crossed this gets a 10. For example, this gets a 10. You know, the pricey ones you want to get a PSA 10, I think. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Let me know down below what you think of these cards. Are these cards you would invest in? Do you think you should stay away from them? Do you like them? I don't know. You let me know. I like hearing from you guys. I really appreciate all the comments that you guys have been putting on my videos. I do reply to absolutely everything, or I do my very best to. So thank you so much for the support, and hopefully we'll have more videos like this soon, and hopefully the PSA return video, you know, probably next summer, will give us an idea of how much profit we made throughout all of this. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.